Oh.
So I'm just getting to know his system, and I'm waiting for his system to say I'm in.
Oh.
Yeah, when I
Can
start...
you talk more about that? Because I'm really interested in that process.
I am going to talk more about it, but also just so you know, to start letting your brains know, today we're actually going to start learning applied touch, or responsive touch.
Okay.
So we're going to get to work. Up until now it's been play, we're really going to get into it, but
Okay.
when I touch someone, there should be a tonus response. I hate to say it, it's sort of like the Pillsbury Doughboy, which Enrique's not going to know what I say, but when you touch in, there should be a pop out, like dough, like when it's coming to rise, and so when I touch someone and they go right into, let's say, a fall, or they don't have that nice response. Yeah, I know you don't want to. Sorry. I wait to all of a sudden they respond with the counter to my touch. And probably the greatest example of it, who I told you about, the little boy with spinal muscular atrophy, but literally when I started touching him, he was completely non-responsive. I mean, like touching this table kind of. There was no counter. However, 53 seconds into it, he was countering my touch. And I was like, holy crap. And everyone's chatting away and whatever, and it was a lot like, and I have it all on film. What I've got to do, which I've never done before, is watch the film and comment to it. And then so it's sort of like, with sign language where they have the person off in the corner. So you have me saying, okay, here I did this, and this is what I did.
In the touch, when you said you were waiting for the counter from to your touch.
Right.
So in this situation, you were just coming in and then waiting for him to find you again. Is that it, or
coming back to my hand, so I also say it's when I touch someone, it's a lot like a dolphin ping. So like I touch and how fast that movement comes back to me. So maybe it's best that I'll put everyone on the table today and I'll just say, see, there, that's where. But
so
my hardest though is near drownings. Near drownings, I could be hours going, come on kid, where are you? Come on, let's go. So it's really...
Sorry, so just here, just because I was holding Benjamin, I'm just finding this, how you're starting with one hand and the other, you're just...
Who is that?
So when I do that light lift underneath the shoulder, I mean, this is how light I'm, quote, touching him.
Okay.
This is nice because you've got the mirror now too and everything. But right here, there's a glitch in the sacrum. The SI is not sliding.
Yeah.
So in this particular movement, now again, he's a baby. He might be entertained by Diane in the mirror for like hours, and I can really work on, see right there, see the difference? That's getting into the system. Can you see how he went full on sitting up? Diane brought his vision up, just like Yetta was talking about when she was playing. And so now I can work with movement and counterbalance now with him in this position in his vestibular. So look at him checking out people in the mirror. You see him?
Yeah.
But see, now he's down again. And so see how it's almost like, I hate to say it, a tire blowing out. This is where I hate to talk this way when the mom's in the room. But we're in training mode, so.
So that's like a collapse, like a letting go, but there's no tonus to...
It's not so much, yeah, it is a collapse, but what he's not doing is feeling two opposing forces. Him sitting up for these first times is really him sitting up for the first time. This child does not come into sitting on his own properly, and he doesn't roll over on his own properly. He can be left and sitting, but see now here, see how the way he's over and the contractions through the feet? So if I go and rotate him into this other side, do you see where that's a little awkward for him? So he's trying to counter with the shoulders versus his pelvis.
It's you.
I want counterbalance through the entire system, but when I first start off with someone, if I know that the pelvis responds in a proper counterbalance, that gives me a key. That's a larger window into the whole person's body.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah, we have some real eye candy this week, huh?
Okay.
How old is he?
8 months.
And he should be rolling?
Mhm.
And he should be...
At 8 months now, he should be
I don't know
going...
typical development very well.
So by 6 months, you're starting. You should be able to sit up by the end of 6 months, and then the sitting up and the, being put into sitting shouldn't even really come into the picture at all, because they've come up sitting on their own. And usually around the 8 months level, we're going into some decent crawling by now.
So he's not crawling, he's not going into sitting, he's...
Well, that's the whole thing when you start looking at it. If you don't have rolling over and sitting up, I can tell you nobody has to tell me he's not crawling, right? So, and I'm not being insulting to what you just said, but
Oh, that's all right.
when you look at development, there's still a mathematical hierarchy that should be happening. But, and it's the way it should be happening. So that's what I'm trying to say is a lot of people say, oh, but my child sits. Well, sitting in a bumby, you know what I mean? Or that kind of like... It's not sitting.
Right, just stagnant.
Sitting, what a true sitting should look like is the legs should be independent, meaning that he can go in and out of this position to side sit, you know what I mean, with his legs, because he's up here, so there's more room for that hip. The eyes should be more functional. Now, he still will have same with the eyes. The independent eye function from the head turn comes at about a year, where I can go like this and like my head's facing Stuart, let's say, or that comes more of a year. Age can come as early as 10 months, but usually it's the 12 month where you start seeing that. Otherwise, it's same.
I know, you're getting it.
Isn't he talking a lot for 8 months?
So Diane, what is...
Seems like he's really talking.
I thought I saw him playing with his eyes being separate with the mirror.
Doing what? Yes, he was.
So not same.
Yeah, he's been looking over this way
Yeah.
and his head's facing away.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, it just seemed like exaggerated while ago.
But even though he's doing it, though, there's still, I don't know, would you say issues with the acceleration?
Good job.
But also what should be happening at this month in this sitting is where I can put my hand down, cross over, those kind of things, versus jamming the You like those, huh?
Is that better?
Is it you? Huh?
And that's the whole thing is, yes, he is talking and he's doing a lot of brilliant things. He's a smart little bugger.
Yeah.
We just need to...
Get some more typical development.
Diane, do you want to say a little bit about what you're looking at?
Well, I'm kind of trying to see if I can move him at all with this.
Yeah.
But so far, he's done pretty good.
So your goal is to move him up, get his head to look up, is that?
Well, I am now because
Okay.
of what Michelle's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll do the mirror, like she'll bring it here, she'll bring it here, and... But there's still, to me, I don't know, Diane, I still say the right eye a little bit still, like right there. It looks like it's coming into me.
Okay, I couldn't see it.
And then also when he looks up, it's not as smooth as I'd like it.
Yeah.
Okay. See right there? It's just right there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Just a little bit, huh? Just a little
Was it
bit.
when he turned his head this way that it came in? Because I saw it.
Well, when he's once in a while, see, it'll just...
Okay.
No.
But again, I get the back end usually. Unless I have the mirror here, I can't always tell. I can always tell through movement. See right again there, to me,
It might
he's...
be just in one place.
And that's what Diane now is looking to see, is if he's visually in one place, if that's where the eye wants to come in, but the rest of the time he's okay. So his trochanter's just starting to flag on the left, and so he's starting to bear weight through the knee on the left side. But see, when he does that, see how the left hand is down.
Yeah.
So he's not looking on the right, is he? See, did you see that? He's not looking on the right. He's not catching the smear on his right side. See it? Now he's got it to the left. This is, can you see that? But even that's still difficult for him.
He might be on this C-store.
Those faces. Ooh. See, he doesn't know the sensation when the mirror goes up. Is it, does he think he's going to fall, or can he not do the movement? So, hey.
Oh, now that's really crooked. The movement lesson.
Oh. Fixed movement lesson. For the OCDers in here.
That's me.
More.
It's really screwing my mind up. Yeah, further. More. More. There you go.
Really? Was that much?
Yeah.
It was.
We wouldn't get to that.
Now we know who's OCD. Is spoon still on there?
I think so, but so now just wait 1 second. There. Now the upper right hand corner, there's a little video icon. Yeah, thank you. If you type that. Fong has a real problem with the internet, so what she's doing is she's cutting off her feed to us and only taking in my feed to her. So that's why we're only seeing her picture. Trying to improve from him to just following to tracking. Is that better? Is that better?
For now.
Okay. That's okay, but you let us know if it change, you know, if it's still not good enough.
So, there's a difference between following and tracking?
Can you explain that then?
Following is just when you basically can go, you know, along a little bit, and you might lose it for a little bit of time. You might have a whole area that you kind of lose it, and then you find it again. And tracking's a smooth eye movement across.
So in my language, it's that staccato shows up in the eye.
I didn't know that. That's important.
Because people call it tracking when it's not.
Yeah, that's really good. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's good to have that language.
So can you see, so now watch him, you don't even have to watch his eyes. Do you see how the head goes to, see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gotten a little bit smoother.
Smoother, yeah.
But there he lost it.
And he's not
You know, and there he's, see? But see, you can see from here that I can feel that. I don't have to see eyes. That's where Diane and I work well together.
What is it?
I think also the actual items that Diane is using is really important. Because I think that's kind of...
These beads, I'm telling you, the 30-cent beads more than anything else. They sparkle. They're easy, like you can just grab them or
And they're not
feel
overwhelming, too?
Well, they can, depending on the system, they can be, but they also can make a lot of nice noise, too, against the table.
Did you just see that? What he did? He knew that was going, but he wasn't looking straight on at it. It's that thing of knowing the difference between this. If I can do this, okay, now that I'm looking at you. See a change in my eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do it for us?
Can you do it to the camera, actually? Can you put the camera on her? I know she loves it.
Yeah. Here, hold on.
Okay.
Zooming in.
So I try to, okay, so I'll use you. So I'm looking at you now. Okay. Now I'm not. And it's really subtle.
Can you look into
with
the camera
kids.
and look into the camera and then don't look into the camera?
Okay, I'm looking at the camera.
Move her Skype. She wants to see it.
Can you do?
Okay, now I'm not looking at the camera.
Oh, it's like almost like an accent.
What is that about? Because that happens for me often when I'm making eye contact with someone, then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
Ooh. So after we're done with the baby, let's do Heather Joy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is hard for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 And eye contact for me is really important.
Yeah.
Because I like connecting with people.
See, I don't even do eye contact anymore.
But that could mean that the visual complexity, that could mean that you have issues with midline, that could mean, you know what I mean? This is where,
Yeah, I think I do actually.
now that's the first time he looked over to the right.
Okay. Good. Thanks. You got it.
But see how the spine is just following as much as it's not tracking. Does that make sense? So when he looks up, he does this, and then he kicks in the spine, versus it being that. However, I'm finally getting the ischiums to slide, so.
Remind me of the names.
The sit bones. So I'm just right underneath the seat of his pants. This is where I call diaper factor. You have no idea what good this would do for everyone. For the big adults, I'll show you a very similar technique that I do when you're sitting on the egg balls. But you can't just sit there and do the grab. So I figured if you're still wearing diapers, I'm good. But if not, you're on your own. Now I'm going on. So see the difference on the left side? I haven't worked with this. However, I support it, and look at that. That's the first time too. We went all the way around. Versus if I come here. See the difference? See how I can go up over the foot? Versus here. Now now with that, he would have fallen. So that's where I really want to roll through the chest cavity. If I wasn't there, see right now he would just topple into it. What?
That's how you only notice on the left side.
Right. All of our children were like that. So I've got to do the Brady Bunch thing here with you guys? Okay, next segment, we're just going to be doing Hannah and the Clan. And we can really see how Hannah messed up all 5 children. No, no. When you're from Jersey, New York, hopefully you can say those things. Out in Arizona,
He just did a two-handed thing.
Good.
Yeah.
He just did what to me?
He just did a two-handed.
Now see how smart he is? He's literally crawling up to get his back straight. There we go. Look at that.
Wow.
He's using his eyes better when he gets in like this.
We'll even look at that. Look at how nice the left hand is down and stuck just over his knee. Now in some, I'm not even fair. Yes, it'd be great to be working with him and rolling, sitting up, all this kind of stuff. I have to take in consideration a lot of things. His temperament, and the fact that we have a class of 12 sitting here versus this being a private lesson and all of that. And I also have Diane. Diane volunteers for me. You know, I give her my schedule, and when I get her, I'm so thankful, but you know what I mean? Like, she works around her life and she comes in. So there's a lot of different factors here.
Obviously, I have no life.
No, I'm just glad the babies are cuter than I am. But now look at how nice that now the right hand's just down in his lap, and now he's lifting up with the left.
I have a curious question.
Go.
Okay, so I did not notice the tongue coming out until you got right to the sits bones. And with his, it depends where he is. Is he counterbalancing with his tongue? Is that why it's...
Well, you should, a baby should, and they also should be counterbalancing with their jaw. Every child that you'll see with special needs, because of that, you'll never see like a 2. It's up, down, left, right. When I go to the mall and I'm seeing this, I'm like, oh, Houston, we have a problem. I don't even have to touch the child.
You're talking
Just
about
by
half the kids in school are 3/4 of them. I'm sorry.
I know. But if you look at a typical kid, because they can counter the eyes with the pelvis. My mommy just bounced a check today. You know what I mean? You'll see with Arlie. When Arlie comes in, yeah. The verbal diarrhea and, you know, and all of that. That kind of thing. Total typical. But Arlie, you'll see, hopefully, Arlie and Omni, that they have this head tilt. And with kids, because they're squaring up the vision. And when they do that too, they're starting to use ocular muscles that they shouldn't be using. Almost like they're lifting their head up. If Graham might be coming in today. That's one of the traits you'll see with him that he'll be like. So sarcasm, all those kind of things are hard to catch because you can't chew.
No, it was just interesting when the tongue started coming out. That's why I was like, is it really coming out or can I see it?
But I actually have a neat lesson on the subscription site with Gordon where he learned how to do tuba sitting against a chair. Well, now I had to go into a marching sousaphone. Those suckers are like 45 pounds. And you have to go into your mouthpiece. And I actually did a whole lesson with him in this kind of position, but asked him to tongue out kind of thing, lips out, all of that, and then also to do it backwards. So he had to sit backwards and tongue out. And he was just, that was hard for him. But when he was done, he was like, oh, that was the best you've ever done for, you know, like, because of what it did for, because it worked on his vision, his mouth, his...
I used to use it in yoga so I could balance.
But if you're habitual like this,
no,
that's not a good thing. Actually, those kind of people have temper issues.
Why is that?
They can't stabilize and regulate their emotions at the same time. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but if you know someone that's doing like this, I think you'll also know that they kind of like are not too rational and can fly off the handle. Baby. It's upside down, but yes, it's a baby.
Oh, is it? How about that? Does that make a difference?
Probably look better
Oh,
upside
he likes it upside down.
No, did you see the visual complexity? That's what we were talking about.
Huh. Let's see it upside down and not.
Well,
It's right side.
right side up, but do you see when he
Right,
saw
he
those?
liked
Yeah,
it
now
upside
he's
down.
interested in it.
Looking at this.
So maybe it's not as threatening with the baby.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Star again.
Stay with
Black and white.
Yeah, he likes that.
It looks like something you can grab, the star thing.
But in this position, they have to learn how to see. They're going to be in car seats. They're going to be in high chairs. They have to feel the wet tissue, their chest cavity against the ribs. They have to feel. So just because a child's not able to work in sitting, that doesn't mean you can't. And what if you suddenly have a 6-year-old that's a spastic quad and stuff, and is never, work with them in sitting. I get it, they can't sit up on their own, but or like Solis, your son's never sat up and he's walking out the door. So, and if any therapist will tell you that's not possible. If they're not sitting up by 2 as a general rule, they're never going to walk.
Yeah, that's
what I've been told.
Well, you should see pictures of her child.
It used to be the age of 12. The therapist told me if they didn't get to the child before the age of 12, the child would never make any progress. That's been 50 years ago. But that was the magic number. I mean, now we know that's not true.
Yeah.
No one's ever told me a number.
You're too young. Good. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's when the first thing people come to me, it's like, my child's not sitting up, and all the therapists said that they're never going to walk because it's going so late.
Yeah.
The hardest ones to bring back off the bridge is severe autism. When it goes into 12, 13, 14, but also a lot of that, I hate to say it, when I say parental, but because it's not the parents' fault that the autism happened, but because of the frustration and all of that going on. Like, I worked with a boy who was 9 in India. I swear he was like walking on a wolf. Very primal.
Working on a wolf?
Wolf.
Wow.
He started chuffing. And I was touching him, and I knew he was about to really buck. Like, he was acting like a caged animal. And someone's phone came out, and in India they don't think twice about it, whereas here I think I would really prance on you guys if you suddenly worked on, you know, but let's say for Enrique, they wouldn't think twice to be back there and texting. And he headbutted me. I had such a black and bruise. Normally I can see it ahead of time. I knew I was getting. There was just way too many people in here, and he was just like a caged animal. So I'd said, don't use the phones, obviously, but also too, his name was like a no. I said, stop saying his name. And then I said, can you bring in a toy from home that would make him more, he doesn't play with anything, he doesn't have toys, he's just left to walk around the house. Like, I mean, could you imagine at 9? So to get back from that level of where that brain was allowed to go.
Is autism common in India?
No. So they don't, I think a lot of it has to do with the vaccines. When autism happens, it should be genetic based, not movement based. What we see going on here is a movement based autism, I believe. And also in all the other countries, first of all, the kids don't have the life expectancies that they do here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's changing, but you will not see like a G-tube in most countries.
Right.
Or what they refer to as a peg. I'm working on his sitting up since he came back, and I'm just playing with it. Now with vision, I'll go straight through midline or his core.
Give me just a baby toy. There. If you walk in, you'll see them.
You're dealing with a man that does not have children.
I know, I felt like I wanted to help him too.
And the woman who went to help him also does not have children, so we'll go see.
So,
But she's the youngest at 13.
just that comment you made with vision.
Hi, yes, I'm back
Straight
here.
through the centre, because previously, if you're trying to go to the side, the world's going crazy.
You pull in your eye and come up through this side, let's say nystagmus, astigmatus, here, Diana, there's a whole treasure trove next to you on your right.
So because he has trouble tracking, you're
thank
coming
you.
up through midline because it's stable.
More bang for the buck. I want him to come up to sitting and go, wow. Then we can work on rolling that pelvis, but you pull that eye in and come up through the side.
He's trying to figure out where his hand is.
But also too, what I'm working on too is the back bend. Now that being said, he pushed off my leg, so I took it. Diane's trying to introduce the visual complexity. It's a slinky. I would love to travel with Diane. That's never happening. Well, I might get her to go to South Africa. I've been trying there.
That'd be awesome.
South Africa is a very tranquil place. Most places it's like, I'm working. What? I'm working in South Africa, but at least.
Oh, not more twice? Give you a 5-minute break then.
Most places around the world have help. So, yeah, Cindy and I are pretty close, and I'll say, Cindy, it's not urgent, but when you're making cappuccinos for everybody else, yes, ma'am. I'll just get a
What happened?
coffee, tea, chai tea. So I get a little spoiled that way, but other than that, they still don't let me out of my box.
What was it?
It's like this place. I'm like a big goldfish. You give me room, man, I'll fill it. I grow. I have a new tank here, and I love this office, but I swear to God, the second I walked in, I looked at Joy, I said, isn't my office gorgeous? I don't think it's big enough. And I use affirmations for my passwords, and honestly, my password on my Mac is new space for me, and it's been that way for before I got this place, but I didn't change it, so anyway, I'm getting a new space. Coincidence, not? So now I'm just looking for him to bear weight through the knee.
Can you just count your lift here? Is it causing you to be contracted in your movement?
I'm lifting here to just keep my elbow stabilized. But I'm right on my foot, so I'm not contracted, I'm just in a lift.
Did you get it?
Where's your right hand, Michelle? Are you still under like the sit bone?
I'm right in the sit bones, but also right into the hip bones. So my hand is more like where I would have meat on my tush. So I'm right behind the ischium sit bones into the hip bone. Got it.
You see, Magna?
You should have a mirror, like right up there.
Yeah, the problem is, and then the kids would get distracted.
Yeah. Or maybe just for teaching, when you're teaching. No. I guess the kids on the table would get distracted.
This one says go with the left knee.
Well, what I was doing here is, so see how both the knees want to stay up, right? So now I want the pelvis to start rotating, and where he's going to start bearing weight here. But you see when I do that, his back's not even kicking in, right? So I need to do it from a very low level of seeing where I can tilt, where he actually is going down to roll through the knees. So now see, he's comfortable this way. See the difference? And see, now that leg's becoming free. He's actually bringing the leg up on his own. And he just did that as a side sit. So with that, even though I was just doing the right side, who cares? I go with baby.
He just pushed his own knee down.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also too, notice his grab is always this, and not, he's not in any kind of rotation to grab it.
Almost like a swat.
Yes.
Swing.
However, do you see how he's busy trying to figure out what the heck his lower body's doing?
Yeah.
But this is where Diane is brilliant for me, because I can start having them transition slowly into these kind of moves. But bang for the buck, if the vision's there, then he just doesn't think about me as much. So now I can rotate through the sacrum for the first time to try and bear weight on those knees. So that movement is like this.
He really wasn't looking at anything.
But he did pediatrics.
He was
so-
concentrating on what was going on in his
I've tried
body.
actually to find one. They're not that easy to find.
And the other interesting thing is that he hasn't been babbling.
Pediatric
He
skeleton.
hasn't been babbling.
That's cool.
No, he hasn't.
Goodness, because it's more or less the
Well, it's not that
concentration
it's
is gone.
forceful. He's trying to find his balance.
Yeah, balance.
You're okay, aren't you?
See the difference on how he can grab and do things when his system's more secure. But see the total difference of how he's taking that movement to the right versus the left. But honestly, guys, I'm being nitpicky. If this child was about to get 10 lessons from me this week, I wouldn't even bother talking about this, because when I always say when the moms will be like, well, Monday, what are you doing, what are you doing? And it's like, honestly, give me till Wednesday to really rock and roll. Then Wednesday, we'll start working on the teaching and stuff for where the child's at. Boom. But you guys have to learn that, because that's what you're here to do, is to learn the beginning stuff.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
Rotating through the pelvis.
Are they talking to
And
you?
it's sort of like I'm tuning the spine, like with a guitar. So I'm just doing, walking my hand up his spine as I'm rotating through the pelvis.
Hi.
He hears that other baby, I think.
He thinks they're talking.
Oh, do you hear Nella? Yeah, Nella.
Nella.
Huh?
Baby.
Baby. It's your baby? Yeah, Mama's got baby. 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 That's how you just work on speech.
And it's so early. I mean, it's right when they're.
But when they give an inflection, I really
Or
like a
even
program, the one program that really saved my life, Fern Sussman's More Than Words. I took the class. The book is not cheap. It's about $85. It's wonderful. It shows you how to work with a nonverbal, a verbal, I mean like grunting like this, to echolalia, pragmatics, and it gives you tons of social situations. And that delay in speech for me, and to mimic and let that pause happen. So if I say baby, baby.
You're noisy. Aren't you? You're noisy. This time is interesting.
Yeah, I know, and also the inside of the gums. I think I'm gonna have to do a mouth lesson with him. Baby. Baby. See how I'm sliding down like I've just taught you to do with the hand and stuff. Looks like I'm squishing his pelvis in, but I'm looking for that slide. There we go. Helping that back bend better. He wants to stay stiff in areas, or straight, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
No. Baby. Baby.
What is the name of the author of More Than Words?
Fern Sussman.
I've been wanting to ask you that question for like.
I buy it every once in a while and it walks and I don't know where it is. I donated one to FBC, which before I got into this is a living. So now see how the foot does not want to go into the floor from here, right? That's that skipping stones kind of thing that I was showing. So I'm going to come in here, my little strawberry hold.
Baby. baby.
Dada. 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 Now, let me tell you, okay, we're 50 minutes into it. Working 50 minutes
Yeah.
with Diane is a lot of work. It's okay letting them chill out. I'm going to stress this over and over again. Even if they suddenly did great things, just like Ariston did, was going into standing. All of a sudden, an hour into it to say, oh, you know. So I'm just, probably one of the most pressures that I apply in a baby. Now notice here, he's pushing me away, but it's not going through the body. He's not ejecting when he does that.
It's just the leg push.
Yeah, right.
You should almost push to turn, right?
Like
Right
that.
there, starting.
But see, when they feel it, he likes that.
Oh, I can.
See the change in his face, everything. He was like, ooh.
That stroke was right there.
I mean, yeah, but
He likes to do it.
see, he can't control the movement. That's where I... What just happened? I'm going to teach you how to talk like Donald Duck on the fourth segment. You just have to watch with some of the kids because they think I'm the Exorcist. Like, you know. Yeah, the whole fourth segment is really just how to do all my voices. Hey ho, Kermit the Frog. Really? Yeah, da. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Daddy. Daddy. No. Daddy.
Look at Magna.
Daddy. No. Redo that. I tried. We were going for sitting, and now he wants the good pillow.
Well, he wants to go over here. Sitting, so. Hey, wait a minute, this isn't working. Yeah, good job.
But sitting for an infant shouldn't be that slow. So, but all I cared about was just matching the parts up.
That's interesting.
Yada.
Are you trying to get it pushed? Trying to, but none of my stimuli is giving him where he's trying to counter me. Like normally, even if I just go like this, see, you're automatically going to try and push against me. If I go into him, I can go like this, and he's not even, especially on the left, where he's trying to.
Do you think it's because he's maybe tired, or?
Could be tired, it could be that it's not in there, it could be, you know, it could be lots of things. But I want to be available versus forcing him into. Once he feels it and gets it, then he'll want to play with it because it's cool.
Yeah.
So.
This is what you're talking about knocking on the door. Trying it.
You keep trying it, but you have to know too when to then try the back door and then try the side door and stuff, just because you're not answering the front. But if you notice too, I don't know if you noticed from his last lesson and stuff, his feet aren't all, his toes are straightening out too as well, they're not all.
And we see
His overlapping toes. That's how connected his toes are.
It does turn more to his right a lot.
Yeah, but also that's where Diane's been there with the stimuli.
Okay.
That's the thing is with babies. Babies respond to stimuli. He would much rather play with a human than an inanimate object, which is cool. A lot of kids will go for that and forget the people, so it all depends on.
Yeah, he's very social.
Yeah.
lots of brothers and sisters. Other people, you know.
Well, he's the youngest of 5 kids, so what were you like? You're the youngest at 13. You probably got stepped on and with your mother. What?
I never knew. I never knew which one was my mother. The brothers and sisters were always watching me.
Right. That's.
There you go.
Hi. Notice I'm not grabbing the foot, even though I'm going over. I'm not.
This, your thumb will feel the pressure.
It does, but it's a diaper.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
He did notice that.
Mellow.
But Graham was like that for the longest time. And I used to tell Gordon, one day he's going to turn around and bop you. And it wasn't until he was about 8 years old and Gordon came crying. And I was like, it's about time. You deserve it.
Where you go? You hear the
Airplane.
Are you concerned about not bringing it into him or having it up?
2 feet of working again.
Yeah.
Good.
We saw you.
He sure did. Yeah, like the other hand just holds. He's looking at that one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not trying to combine toys. He's not trying to. That's okay.
And it's good to see the head turning each side.
But see, he knows he's going off the edge, though. Yeah, you do have it.
He's doing his own tracking.
Yeah.
I love it. It's really nice though. And
He's no, he's not.
No. Go for it. No.
Well, that's the whole thing. A child should be playing. They should be doing their own work.
Yeah.
Future vision specialist, Diane.
What?
He's your future vision
Yes,
specialist.
They teach VI out of U of A. I don't understand too why we don't have, the students coming through. Yeah.
Because they don't have the students.
Oh, they don't?
They almost always go someplace else because we pay less.
Oh, but even to go to U of A? I thought U of A was a good school, though. But I mean, as far as the, yeah, but they'll go to other schools?
No, I meant they would go other places to work.
Oh.
Is that a 4-year degree? A bachelor's, a master's?
It's a master's.
Sunlight.
Seems into the vibration on.
I'm just happy he knows he has the 5 fingers out, so versus just being twisted.
That's your finger.
And also, I'm trying to do feet down here for push versus here. This is easier. But again, it's an hour, just about an hour into it. Sorry, we started at 10 after, so where I said 50 minutes, it's really 40.
There you go. There you go. Big boy. Oh my goodness. Big boy.
Did you do that when he first pulled his bottom up, or did he?
What?
Did he pull his bottom up, or did you?
He actually, I was quite surprised. I was expecting just an airplane and not just pushing up and trying to move his.
It looked like he did it.
So I'm just trying now to support it. But see here, this is what I'm working on, I tried to show you yesterday. So bringing that sternum, so the diaphragm wants to come down to the floor.
Because it's countering the chest.
Well, that's where a baby goes into airplane. They have a big old belly. But see, he's starting to grow now, so his torso is much longer. And he's on the thin side. But see what I'm doing here is I'm watching his balance. See how his counterbalance is off just a bit with the head. So see there, where he falls just a little bit? See? So why Diane works vision and stuff, that's where I'm working balance through the pelvis. That's it. So this is the closest I'll get to what's called, what you might see as patterning, but I'm not. Notice how I'm underneath the base of the knee, and I'm pushing in. There we go. So I'm pushing into the hip joints. Oh,
It's okay. It's okay.
Pull them back, roll them right out.
He wanted to get up on his...
No, I was giving him stimulation to crawl, and his brain was going, yeah, I don't think so. But again, at the end of the hour, I'm not going to push him into getting up on towards all fours. But when I'm touching through there, when I'm bringing the knees up, if he'll do it. See, that's a lift. Won't do it. Oh.
And when he lifts, you don't help them to be successful in that. You'll bring them back.
I slide him.
Good job. All this work.
But see, I'm not patterning where it's knee up, knee up. I'm rolling into the knee. I'm rolling into that knee. Getting counterbalance through the pelvis. And you can tell right about an hour, it's 55 minutes into it, they are cooked. I know! And they're hungry. Sure. Okay, Mommy, you can come back into the picture.
Probably really good.